Just dial, ba-da-bum-bum-bum. It's your boy Big Vern. This is App Stupid, the fastest growing sports and entertainment show on these YouTube streets. You're welcome. Holla at us. True. What? I am a true Fushnik. I'm a true. What? I am a... Yo, shout out to the Fushnikins. Real quick, what the hell was a Fushnik? Shout out to everybody who's rocking with us here at App Stupid. I'm Big Vern. Welcome. If you're just joining us for the first time, please hit the like and subscribe button. It goes a long way, and we appreciate it on the channel. Our last segment, we talked why Florida State, they can't fire Norville. They just have to go ahead and sit this season down and try and play to the best of their ability. We also talked some Big Ten football. Indiana makes short work of UCLA and Brentwood. The beatdown in Brentwood. That was thorough. Oh my goodness. Then we talked about Georgia being super suspect, struggling with a Kentucky team that got embarrassed on their own field 7 days ago by a South Carolina team that wasn't picked to do anything. So from the ACC, we're going to go back to the SEC, and my goodness, the beatdown. It wasn't even a beat. This was just a slaughter. Ole Miss baptizes Wake Forest. My goodness, 40-6. And this was just, oh my goodness. 20 points in the first quarter was like, wow. At halftime, this thing was 23-6. And it just was an absolute drubbing from beginning to end. And I know if you're a Wake Forest fan, you were just waiting for this to just be over in the stands. It was just an abysmal performance at best. 46 yards rushing. They made Wake Forest one-dimensional. You can't beat anybody if you're not rushing the ball and picking up yards on the ground. The run sets up the pass. This is elementary football 101 for dummies. 17 times Wake Forest is put in a position where they have to convert third downs and get to first. They only converted 4 out of 17 times. This was ugly. This is how ugly this got. They even were going for it on fourth down. They dialed up 4 of those plays. They were successful twice. We got fumbles. We got interceptions. And that was on both sides. But they allowed Ole Miss to hold on to the ball for 30 minutes. 30 minutes and 39 seconds. They allowed them to control that football game. And I think when you sit there, you look at it and you're just like, oh my God, the massacre on the ground was relentless. 273 yards rushing versus 46. Even they got beat in the air, 377 yards through the air. This wasn't something you wanted to see by any stretch of the imagination. And it just didn't get better. It didn't get any better. We'll go over the guys who tried to play and show up, and then what really happened when we get back from a quick 20 from an unofficial sponsor of the show. This is Big Vern. Drop the spot. Burger King. BK, have it your way, because you rule. Order online, download the app, or visit the good folks at your local Burger King. BK, have it your way, because you rule. So when we last left off, we were talking about some of the players at Wake Forest that were getting good exercise, wearing the uniforms, and having excellent seats to the slaughter of Wake Forest. And Hank Bachmeier, that guy's going to be on here because 39 passes they dialed up for him, 22 completions, 239 yards total, no scores, no interceptions. Yep. There's not a wide receiver who had over 42 yards. That's atrocious. Excuse me, there's a running game. The running game was just abysmal. So then you've got Ty Clark III. He chips in 8 touches with 41 yards. Then you have Damon Claiborne. That dude, 11 touches, 20 yards. It was just bad on all levels. And Hank tried to help him out. Bachmeier himself called his number 5 times, and he ran for a negative 17 yards. Again, this was a slaughter on all levels. If there is a bright spot in this thing, Taylor Morin, that dude, five grabs, 77 yards. That's it. Nothing else to sell you here. I don't know what else to say other than congratulations to Lane Kiffin and the Ole Miss Rebels, because when they came to town for that baptism, Wake Forest was right there in the water waiting for them. Yo, give me a quick 20 from a rap album we're promoting this month. This is Big Vern. Drop the spot. It's your boy Big Vern promoting another rap album this month. Currency and DJ Fresh, The Tonight Show, the sequel, in stores now. Get it where you legally consume music, whether it be Apple Music, Google Play, or Spotify. My personal favorites on here is Next One with Larry June, State of Course with Paul Wall, Neighborhood Superstar with Payroll Giovanni, Ethereum, First and 15th, and many more. In stores now. A shout out to Currency and DJ Fresh. That's a real good album, The Tonight Show Part 2. So yeah, make sure you go ahead and get that where you legally consume music. So when we talked about the baptism of Wake Forest and them waiting in the water for them to show up, Jackson Dart just rolled them up. 34 times they dial him up, 26 completions, 377 yards and 2 scores and an interception. You all know Jackson Dart has made our top QB list since we've been rolling and going. And in week 3, he's still going to be there with compiled yards and touchdowns. Henry Parrish Jr., he had 23 touches, 148 yards, and 2 scores. Jackson Dart himself has run for a score on the ground. 6 times they dial up his number, 36 yards, and again his score. Georgia had almost, if you want to count Jackson Dart in there, Georgia had 5 guys in double digits in rushing. Not Georgia, Jesus, Ole Miss. Georgia sucks. Anyway, Trey Harris, I know you've seen Trey Harris and some of our wide receivers to keep your eye out on. That kid, 11 grabs, 127 yards, no touchdowns. Then you get in there, Jordan Watkins. He only had 1 grab, but it went for 75 yards and a touchdown. He went to the house. And that's not to be undone by Antoine Wells Jr. He had 3 grabs and a touchdown, but they went for 60 yards. Any way you want to get sliced and diced, Ole Miss can help you out. I'm not taking away anything from Lane Kiffin, but they have a high-powered offense in the SEC. And again, they will be one of the teams chosen to be in that SEC playoff. When you make it to that college playoff, because they're going to the SEC, they're going to be in the SEC running, I think they have enough to beat Georgia. I don't know about Texas. I don't know about Alabama, and Tennessee is definitely a player. But I think they have enough to beat LSU. But congratulations. Congratulations to Lane and the boys. Up next for them, they've got Georgia Southern. Then they roll into Kentucky. Kentucky comes to Ole Miss to get that work. That's going to be ugly. Then they play South Carolina. The LSU game, October the 12th. Keep your eyes on that. That's going to have huge implications when you talk about this college playoff. Then they get Arkansas. The game everyone wants to go ahead and mark down on their calendar for Ole Miss is going to be November the 9th when they take on the Georgia Bulldogs. Then they get to beat up on Florida, or what's left of Florida. And then you have Ole Miss and Mississippi State. That's a rivalry game. Who knows how that's going to turn out. But I can say that Ole Miss will win. Rebel fans, let me know in the comments. Am I overhyping the resume, or are you all as good as we think you are? This is Big Vern at App Stupid.